Hi, I'm Kira Grenay, and welcome to Between the Scenes. We're here today on the set of the new web series Life of Riley, and I am sitting across from the show's star and creator Grant Rosen, who plays the lovable Montana country bumpkin Riley Adams. Riley Adams is trying to make his way in Hollywood, not always with great success, but always with really hilarious consequences. So Grant, you're going to have to tell us more about this Riley.
Well, the concept was a long time in coming, I would say, without actually giving away my age. Was probably like about 28 years, 29 years in coming, I'd say, because the life of Riley is sort of encompasses my life in a sense. Being in show business for a long time, I've drawn on bits and pieces of every experience I've had, from acting, singing, dancing, professional photography, writing, music writing, you name it. Any one of those aspects has flown into the show. And I think what's so great about it and what's so fun about it is I've been truly blessed and very lucky to work with some amazing people in amazing experiences, but now take all of those amazing experiences and flip them upside down and put yourself on the bottom rung of things where people really truly want to aspire to reach those things and are out there in Hollywood running around doing anything that they can to try and achieve it. And that's where you get the Life of Riley.
So the title of the show, Life of Riley, pretty well-known expression. There seems to be a little bit of irony there.
Exactly. I mean, it is. It's the life of Riley. It's Riley's life. But what's interesting is that the term itself, you know, it entails, if you really look at it or look it up, it entails a good life, an easy life, a charmed life, a lucky life. It's the thing that, as everyone would be common with the term, would aspire to, is living the life of Riley. That's what a lot of people, we all want in some way or another. So I guess if you put that on Riley himself, the character, or if you put it in the show and you say, I'm living the life of Riley, he's living Riley's life because it's him, but that might not necessarily mean it's also glamorous. You know, for instance, like when Riley walks into his apartment, the first day he arrives after a long bus ride from Anaconda, Montana, you know, he's greeted by his best buddy, Mike, the film documentary person who's agreed to film Riley's life through Hollywood. And he walks into this apartment and it's less than glamorous, I'd have to say.
How did you come up with some of these other characters? You have some pretty wacky characters on this show.
Yeah, there are. And once again, how they came about is very interesting, and we do some really neat things with them. For instance, I felt like Riley needed an antagonist in the show. Everyone wants to root for Riley, regardless. As I always say, if Riley were a train and he was heading towards a wall that was like built by Degas or Rembrandt, you'd still find a way to root for Riley, you know, even if he hit that wall. Well, Riley haphazardly ends up deciding to become a street performer. That's how he's going to make his $28 to buy his headshots in Los Angeles. He's got a strict budget. That's for living expenses and other things, but he's going to earn that money in order to pay for his headshots, which in a sense, he's got these strong values, right? Won't compromise them at all. He ends up as a street performer. He brings out his own alter ego that he decides to do called Boxman. Well, along the sidewalk there happens to be an individual named Spaceman Bill, who's been out there entertaining the crowds for who knows how many years, and probably far too long. And the new kid on the block, Riley, sort of happens to take away some of Spaceman Bill's business right off the bat. A supermodel comes walking by, Riley gets his dollar from the supermodel, and Spaceman Bill does not take too kindly to it, so he actually ends up taking Riley out and showing him who's boss. And hence begins the inter-rivalry of street performers of Spaceman Bill versus Riley.
Because Houston, we got a problem.
And Mike, of course, Mike is Riley's best friend, who has come out from Anaconda 2 weeks earlier. They are high school buddies. You only see him behind the camera. So that's one of the fun aspects, is who is Mike? Who is Mike going to be?
Mike, the camera guy.
Mike is the camera guy who documents Riley's life. I don't remember Mike. Other characters, Mel. Mel runs a diner.
Mel's Diner.
It's not Mel's Diner. Sorry. She works at a cafe. We'll put it that way instead. A cafe called Roots. And Roots Gourmet is the cafe that she'll work at. And she makes all these fantastic recipes. And people love her food, and she's an aspiring actress herself. And she's much wiser and much more stable than Riley, and she befriends Riley when she sees him sitting out there maybe after a hard day drinking a cup of coffee, which she'll shuttle him for free. They become friends, and as luck has it, she happens to live in the building. with Riley, and we'll see what happens with that whole character development.
Now, I understand there's a few celebrity sightings we're going to be seeing on this show. Tell us a little bit about that.
This is one of the gimmicks and the fun thing about this show, the potential, the possibility for this show for people to really enjoy is the aspect of tuning in to see, oh my gosh, who's going to show up this week? One of the episodes will feature Courtney Gaines. Courtney Gaines was Malachite in Children of the Corn. He was also in the movie Memphis Belle. He has a new film coming out soon. And in this one particular episode, Riley becomes Courtney's personal assistant. He answers an ad. He just answers a small little ad that he sees posted in the paper for a personal assistant for one day. He has no idea who's going to answer the door, when he answers the door. And he recognizes that it's Mr. Courtney Gaines. Oh my gosh, you're Mr. Courtney Gaines. You can just call me Courtney, it's all good. Go get me my coffee and get me my dry cleaning, just what a personal assistant would do. Well, Riley manages to find a way to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory just about every corner that he can, when he becomes a personal assistant. I'll be right here if you need me.
Grant, tell us, where do people go if they'd like to find out what's going on with the show?
Yes, you can go to thelifeofriley.tv. That is where the show is going to be. And you can also go to the website to learn all about all that other really fantastic stuff that's going on and interact with us as well.
So again, lifeofriley.tv?
.tv.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for coming on the show, Grant.
Thank you, Kira.
I appreciate you taking time out between the scenes to talk with us.
Thank you. And we're going to have her back doing all kinds of fun interviews with the merchandisers, everybody who's sponsors for the show. Love to see the lovely Kira Gurney show up and interview them, I'm sure. So that'll be fun.
Thanks very much. And please join me again right here on Between the Scenes.